Hey there, this is Views and Vibes, and I'm Renee. Ching ching. Today we're going to be talking about Yemi Alade's new album, Woman of Steel. When you hear the term Woman of Steel, what pops in your head? Strength? Female, fierce energy? What? Superwoman? Does Yemi Alade deliver all that on this album? Let's see. Delving deeper into the album, we'll start at the very beginning, the album art. The album art is so beautiful. I heard she worked with great artists on this, with Emmanuel Oyeleke being behind the lens and with Eva Alodia being behind the makeup and body art. It's no wonder it turned out the way it did. It was a very beautiful piece of art. Going deeper into the actual album, I have to say, when you hear Yemi Alade, immediately you're thinking Afro-pop goddess, right? And you're expecting to dance, right? She doesn't disappoint, with the first song on the album being Night and Day. Night and Day is a party banger. It is that song that you want to play when you're starting your party. It is that song that you want to come on at the club. And I mean, it's Yemi Alade, Afro-pop goddess. What do you expect? Moving on to the next song on the album, it's Home. Home is a love song. It's that love song, that song that we all want. You know, that kind of love that marriage vows give, that intensity of for better, for worse, in richer and for poorer. Well, Yemi Alade gives us that in a very flirty, playful way in Home. And that's why Home is my personal favorite. On this album, Yemi Alade didn't really feature a lot of artists. She just featured three artists and one cameo of Funke and Kidele. She had Angelique Kidjo, she had Duncan Mighty, and she had Rick Ross on this. And I'm wondering why she didn't feature some other Nigerian artists apart from Duncan Mighty, but who knows? She knows best. On from that, the third song we're going to be talking about is Shekere with Angelique Kidjo. When I heard Angelique Kidjo was on this, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to be hearing here? Because everyone knows Angelique Kidjo, and she's definitely someone you want to be affiliated with. Now, listening to this song, it was a very beautiful song, I have to say. And it gave me this nostalgic feeling. It threw me back to the past. And then Yemi Alade brought me back to the present with this fusion of the old and the new, the old and the young. It was a very beautiful mix-up. But I kind of have the feeling like it was missing that little magic dust on top, you know? Well, three songs. Would I say that this album is a great album or the greatest album of all time? No. But I would definitely say this is the best album that Yemi Alade has brought forth ever. Throwing back to all her previous albums and all the bashing she's always getting from her Nigerian viewers, it's never easy on Yemi Alade. I mean, I for one have never been a Yemi Alade fan up until this album where she sold me. Lyrically, this album has to be the best that Yemi Alade has ever given. Yemi Alade is always being bashed for her lyrics being nonsense, I have to say. And some of her songs have actually been nonsense if you're going to be really honest about it. But this album really changes that perspective. She was really articulate with her words. Her expressions were so beautiful. It was diversified. She went from politics, she in CIA, and she went to love, she went to flirting. It was really a mix of a very nice improvement from Yemi Alade. A lot of the songs on this album didn't quite cut it for me. One of the songs I paid a lot of attention to was Nobody. Nobody was a different ball game altogether. It was so out of place on this album. The vibe, everything was totally different from all the other songs on the album. It was a really slow, soothing vibe. And I like the song because it's the kind of song I feel like I've been waiting to hear without really knowing, and she gave it to me. But on the album, I don't think it was supposed to be there, honestly. It wasn't supposed to be on this album. Another song I really enjoyed was CIA, Criminal in Agbada, where she kind of dabbles into politics, talking about the politicians and how they're ruining our lives. And I could kind of relate. Every Nigerian would definitely be able to relate with CIA. For the 12 track Somto, it kind of seemed like Yemi Alade was having a freestyle, and then someone urged her to add that freestyle to the album, which seemed like bad advice to me. But he made it to the album, and yeah, it was kind of boring for me. I kind of just really skipped that and moved on to the next one. Vibe is a vibe. Vibe is a really good song. It has its own melody, it has its own thing, but it was also quite boring. It didn't really make it for me in the album. My favorite song on the album definitely would be Oh My Gosh. Oh My Gosh, being the last song on the album is one of my favorites. I feel like it should have been the first song on the album. I mean, it has Rick Ross. Why won't Rick Ross be the first person that you want to show everybody? I don't know. So basically, about this album, I think my biggest problem was the track selection. I don't like the way they arranged the songs. I felt like some songs weren't supposed to have made it to the album, and maybe she didn't get good enough advice. Apart from that, though, would I say this album is great? No, but it's good. It is really good, but not great. Not great, but really good for Yemi Alade. Yemi Alade definitely would not be disappointing her fans on this album. She would instead be impressing a lot of people and converting new people to becoming her fans, like me. I think I'm kind of like a Yemi Alade fan now because of this album. So yeah, the album is good, but it's not great. Yemi Alade, you can do way better, but this is good. Okay, so overall, this album, I'm going to say for the track, the arrangement of the track list was really poor. Her putting Rick Ross last, I don't know where that's done. He should have been first. He should have been number one. We should all be seeing Ricky Rose, you know? But she put him last. Who does that? That's really bad. The lyrics of a lot of this song was kind of shallow. This is her best lyrics she has done, in all the albums that I've heard of Yemi Alade, but it was still sort of shallow. In a 52-minute album with 15 tracks, I think I can just say 5 songs did it for me, which gives her a result of less than average. So, Yemi Alade, you have a lot of work to do. I think me saying I'm a fan of Yemi Alade is quite a reach, but I can say she definitely has my attention now with the fierce energy that she had going on in the song. Well, not so fierce, but kind of fierce in some songs, you know what I'm saying. But it was really bad in a lot of songs too. There were some songs like, there was this one where she was begging for love. How can you be a woman of steel and beg for love, my dear? Who does that? Why would you beg for love? No, Yemi, no. So that's that about that. For the overall album, I think I'll be rating this album 4/10. Sorry, Yemi, you have a lot of work to do, but overall, it's a good album. Woman of Steel. Hey guys, that's it for today on Views and Vibes. Please drop your comments and follow us on all our social media platforms. See you next time. I'm Renee.